Today I'm going to play with fresh and juicy watermelon colors. I want to feel like an ice cream cone. I want to feel like a sorbet. I want to be a watermelon sorbet. Watermelon ice. Watermelon granita. I have no watermelon in the house. I need to buy a watermelon. I put my moisturizer on when I got out of the shower, which was about an hour ago, so that's had plenty of time to soak in. Let's get some primer on. Use whatever primer you like. Today I'm using the Smashbox oil-free photo finish, and that means that lots and lots and lots of people are going to drop comments down below saying that Monistat chafing gel works as a dupe for Smashbox photo finish. Haven't tried it yet, but lots and lots of people dropped that comment down below on the last time I used this, so I figured I'd just share that info with you. Haven't tried it yet myself. Gonna watch my whole face get bright red, as it always does whenever I touch it. Really push that primer into the pores. I have a little scar right there, and I like it because it fills it in. My e.l.f. eyeshadow primer in Pearl, which I used for the first time a couple of days ago, and lots of people told me that I used too much. Thank you very much, now I know. It was my first time using it. There we go, very little. Still gives me a nice base, but doesn't quite obliterate the coloration on my eyelids that I rather liked when I put on too much. So now I know that when I really want my eyeshadow color to show, I should put on a little too much of the e.l.f. Pearl eyeshadow primer. Usually, I use the Amazing Cosmetics concealer in a medium golden. I had this sitting around, so I thought I'd play with it. This is a medium beige. Woo! Big change. Getting all crazy up in here. Applicating brush, blending brush. It was once upon a time an applicating brush, but it kind of went to hell. But I really like it as a blender. Today I want to do a look that's very fresh and summery and juicy, and being inspired by my dress, watermelon-y. So I'm kind of going to be doing watermelon flavors, but to start with my foundation, I'm going to use my usual Makeup Forever HD, but I want to lighten it up a little. So I'm going to mix this, well, two ways. I want to deepen the tone a little bit, make it a little bit darker, because I went on a big hike yesterday and I got a little more color to me than I really should. So I want to make the tone just a teensy bit darker, but I also want to make the finish just a teensy bit more sheer. So I'm going to take one pump of my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, expensive stuff, and I'm going to mix it with a squeeze of my e.l.f. tinted moisturizer. Just to deepen that tone a little tiny bit, but at the same time to also sheer it out. I felt like my makeup brush that I've been using, which is an e.l.f. foundation brush, I feel like it's sucking up a lot of foundation and not really putting it on my, I feel like I'm going through too much foundation, you know what I mean? And what that costs? Yikes. So I'm going to try a different brush. This is also an e.l.f. brush. It is a stipple brush. So let's spread all that makeup around. And my elf stipple brush. And my cat's playing in the background. Go ahead, sequel, it's fine. I like the way this brush feels. Where's my other one? My other brush is very dense, and so it's like it's really pushing everything in, whereas this is very feathery and light, and I feel like it's really dancing the foundation across the surface of the skin. I'm going to take a closer look. I'm pleased with that. I think that gave a nice finish. It does seem a little bit more sheer. I also feel like I need to hit these broken capillaries around my nose a bit more. That'll teach us with sheer, right? A little bit more of that Amazing Cosmetics. Talk about being a loyal fan. It occurred to me this morning, I have been using Amazing Cosmetics since I first picked it up in Ulta like 10 years ago. And I haven't shopped for any other concealer. There's probably some really good ones on the market now, but I just keep buying the Amazing Cosmetics because it does such a good job. My e.l.f. High Def Powder. I'm going to try to use a lighter hand with the powder than I usually do. This is where habits, yeah, those habits that you do. I'm shiny. I'm used to using a lot of powder. I am giving serious thought to dyeing my eyebrows gray. All of the fashion magazines say taupe is the most neutral, and yet I don't see any fashion magazines with silver-haired women in them. And I spend a lot of time looking at these videos, more so than you do, because I edit them. And when I'm editing them lately, I just keep seeing the eyebrows using the taupe pencil, and they just look too red. The color that I use on them is light ash brown when I dye them. And even though it's a light ash brown, I think that because there's so much silver, it just doesn't look right. And none of the fashion magazines are telling me to do this, but I'm thinking pretty soon you're gonna be seeing a video of me dyeing my eyebrows silver, and that may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing. We'll find out together, but that's something I'm giving serious thought to. I was gifted with some makeup a couple of days ago, and these are some of the colors. Oh, well, that's convenient. Thanks. Looking at my dress, it could either be this color or this color. Could be either of these two. Could be right in between there. I always believe in erring on the side of caution. I'm going to choose the lighter color. This is a very bright tone. If you don't know if something's going to be good or not, it doesn't take any effort to get an idea of what the color looks like first. Yeah, I'm really glad that I tapped a little of that off, because that's pretty bright. I don't want that much color on my face. Just a little. It's a very matte color. It has no reflective quality whatsoever. Bless you. See how I didn't run out of the room when you sneezed? What do we want to do for a nice watermelon-y eyeshadow? Well, let's see. None of these say watermelon, except maybe the green. I don't know that I want to do that green next to my eyes. Mr. Sneezy Kitty. Okay, we're gonna ignore the watermelon colors around my eyes. Let's see. We're gonna use these blushes around my eyes. What's the worst that can happen, right? I look like I have pink eye. Let's get a nice base tone on. I'm gonna go with this color right here. It's just a slight off-white. Let's take that same very, very bright pink. It's an interesting look. I'm not sure that this is a look I want on a regular basis. But it's what I got on my eyes today, so we're gonna play it for today. Blend that out. Everybody who complains to me that I don't blend enough, I'm gonna try to blend more, because that's really, really bright pink. Let's take a little bit more of that very light color. Oh, what the heck. I think it's gonna be awful, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do the green, because, you know, it matches all the green polka dots of my dress. See? So we gotta do it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Probably not. Okay. Actually, it's kind of fun. It's totally watermelon colors. I kind of like that. Don't think I want anything under the eye. As usual, you know, I very rarely put anything under the eye. We will do some tight lining though, because you know I love tight lining. We're gonna tight line with our usual black. If you have trouble tight lining with your eyes open, try putting the mirror down below you. So it looks like my eyes are open, but I'm looking down to do this. So that makes it a lot easier. You know, there's so many little tricks, and if you watch YouTube videos, you're gonna hear this makeup artist, that makeup artist, this makeup artist. Everybody swears that their trick, their little secret, is the only way to do it. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I have worked with so many professional makeup artists in my career. They all do it differently. They're all the right way. There is no one perfect right way for anything. You just do what works for you. Thank you everyone who corrected me and taught me the right way to pronounce IT Cosmetics, not IT Cosmetics. Now I know. I tested out a couple of days ago. I did side-by-side comparisons on the IT Cosmetics mascara and the Smashbox X-rated, and well, I love the applicator, and I'm looking forward to playing with this applicator and doing different looks with the IT Cosmetics. I love the Smashbox. Boy, did this make my lashes pop in one coat. I'm a big fan of trial size mascaras because you get to use them, you get to enjoy them, and then they don't really dry out because there's so little of them. And I just find that I like to change it up a lot, and the travel size is really nice for giving me that variety, and then I don't have a drawer full of old clumpy mascaras that aren't any good, but I go, I paid 20 bucks for that. Okay, I rarely put anything on my bottom lashes, but I'm gonna get all sorts of crazy and use some of the It Cosmetics mascara on my lower lashes. Bold move, I know. It's just such an interesting applicator, and I need to learn to play with it more than just like doing it for the first time on camera. I mean, a lot of times I test things out and you see me using it for the very first time, and I've never used it before. I'm not coming at it saying, oh, I've used this a million times. Nope, it's my first time. So you are now seeing the first time I have used this applicator on my lower lashes. This is a Sephora pencil in Pure Pinky. Now for long lasting, I'm going to add my Revlon Matte Balm in Jesus, I can't see it. Do you know what the name was? Elusive. That's why I couldn't see it. Some e.l.f. baked highlighter. I want a little bit more juice on the lips. Revlon Color Burst something peach. Peachy Parfait, Peach Parfait. We all get a little sticky in the summertime, so it's a great time to use a setting spray as your final step. There are quite a few out there, and I've tried a few different ones, and my favorite for really locking down the makeup when you're gonna be out there for a long time is the Kryolan setting spray. It has a very strong alcohol base, which is a little off-putting, but boy does it keep everything intact. Fresh and juicy watermelon colors, perfect for those sexy summer nights. For anybody who wants to know how I did my hair today, here's how I did my hair today. This is my set of hot curlers. I bought this set of hot curlers at CVS, and I bought this particular set because it didn't have a lot of curlers and it got hot in 1 minute. I don't need a lot of curlers. I do need it to get hot in 1 minute because I am Little Miss Impatient. The big ones, they're not even fully hot yet. I don't care how styled the hair is. In summertime, chances are this curl, any hairstyling that you do to your hair, it's gonna fall out so quickly and easily, and you can just save yourself a lot of headaches by going with a hairdo that accepts the fact that it's gonna collapse or fall apart or do its own thing. My hair will do its own thing. My hair's own thing is cowlick. It always does this little swoopy thing right here. Ooh, allergies. So, it kind of doesn't matter what I do with it. It's gonna do its own thing. It's gonna bend in that direction and swoop. So let's just go with it. What's the back of my hair doing? I have no idea. We'll look at that later. Still have one left in the big ones. Now we're going for the little ones. I'm not going to worry about what my hair is doing down here. I'm going to assume that since it's behaved the same way for 50 years that it's still behaving that way. However, I also know what this crap is doing back here, and it's not good. So we'll give that a little helping hand to make it look a little better. One of the beautiful things about being our age is you have lived with your hair a long time and you know what it's going to do and what it's not going to do, and you may not always like that idea, but whoops, you have learned. If your hair sucks, you know your hair sucks. My hair sucks. I've just gotten really good at forcing it to do something. Or covering it up. I'm good at covering it up. See, and I was going to do this whole thing on fast forward. Now here I've talked and ruined the whole thing. I can't fast forward it. You're going to have to suffer through the whole darn thing. Unplug the curlers. That's done. Heat up in 1 minute. Now I'll take them right out, because this is not about a perfect set. Most people's hair will take longer to curl than mine will. So I flipped it up where it likes flipping up. Flipped it under where it kind of really doesn't care what I do, because it's going to do its own thing anyway. I straighten it, it'll have a bend. If I bend it, it'll fall out into the bend that it wants to have anyway. Such is hair. There we go. Look at a styling hairdo right out of 1956. Whew. Let's see what's going on in the back. A mirror. Oh yeah, bedlam back there. Doesn't need much hairspray when you're letting your hair do what your hair wants to do on its own anyway. Boring part of the video. Let's get to the good part of the video. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Make sure to hit that little red subscribe button, and please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I will talk to you later.